Ademola Lookman must leave Atalanta. At this point, there's no need to argue. There's no need to try to figure out what the reasons are. I think he should leave. Following the scuffle after he came off the bench, after he was subbed off by his coach Juric, former coach of Southampton. For whatever reason, I don't know what he said. The coach went on to hold on tightly to him, to the Nigerian international, and a lot of angry words were said. And I was wondering what would have caused this coach to grab hold of a player that way in front of his teammates, in front of opposition players, in front of the fans. Incidentally, the fans were cheering him while he was leaving the pitch. So for me, I think off the back of his failed transfer to Inter Milan, based on they said he said type situation at Atalanta, I think it's time for him to leave. And like I said, for me right now, I'm not bothered about what the reasons are. Right, I'm not trying to say whether he's racist or is he doesn't fancy him anymore, or he thinks Ademola Lookman is not a good tempered player, he's not a good player, he doesn't rate him anymore. Whatever the reasons are, I think for both parties at this point, it's good to part ways. It's good to part ways. Galatasaray, I think, should be looking to go in for him. I think it'll give them that balance. You have Sane on one side, Ademola Lookman on the other, and of course, Victor Osimhen through the middle. I think that would be splendid, and that would be more achievable than a Lionel Messi. Because there's some reports out there that Lionel Messi may be looking at, or it could be looking to head out on loan from the MLS, but his salary, I'm not sure that Galatasaray will be able to afford it. I don't know, and rest assured, if Lionel Messi wants to leave Inter Miami for whatever reason, for any length of time, there will be a lot of suitors who'd want to get him, even at 37, 38, like it's his minute. But I think Ademola Lookman, Galatasaray will be a good landing spot for him. I think Chelsea as well will be a good landing spot. Arsenal will be a good landing spot for him. But let's see what happens. We'll continue to give you updates as things develop with respect to Ademola Lookman. But for sure, in my humble opinion, if he's asking my advice, he should leave Atalanta. I think that bridge is burnt. It's time for him to start another story, another journey somewhere else. And now, Victor Osimhen, for me, he is the best striker in the world. Some say Harry Kane, some say Erling Haaland. But now, the stats, the figures speak for themselves. He's now the highest goal scorer in the Champions League, in the UEFA Champions League, with 6 goals, ahead of the likes of Kane, ahead of the likes of Erling Haaland. So, see, he's showing it on the pitch. He scored a hat-trick against Ajax. And I don't want to hear anybody say, oh, but it was a penalty. Yeah, every striker takes penalties. Your Haalands, your Hurricanes, all your favorite strikers take penalties as well. So that shouldn't be any sort of discredit to Victor Osimhen. So top marks for Osimhen, proving his mettle once again in Europe, and gradually making everyone know what the likes of us already know, which is he is the best striker in the world. Now, there is one question I have to ask, given that he's the best striker in the world, and of course we have the FIFA playoff, a World Cup qualifying playoff, coming up later on this month. Just a couple of days to go. Where is the list? Where is the squad list? I think it was meant to be announced yesterday or even 2 days ago, with the Super Eagles X page putting out some sort of cryptic tweet as to say, okay, get ready for the list, and with the sand, hourglass emoji loading like very soon. But up to now, we haven't got it. Now, I just hope and pray that people are not trying to fiddle around and muck about with the list. And this is one of the reasons I say, yes, Eric Chell has, some blame when things go wrong based on his tactics, based on how he uses players. And of course, players do have a share of the blame as well, based on the decision they make on the pitch, based on their attitude, based on the passion they show, based on how they carry themselves, for sure. But the NFF, the Nigerian Football Federation, for whatever reason, that always seems to go without mention, that always seems to escape being criticized. They do this a lot. Like, you have situations where, they invite players they know who are not meant to be on the list. You have situations where like this, it's taking how many months now to get the list out there. But these players have to prepare themselves mentally to travel, and then you need to give the coaching crew a couple of days or slightly more at least. Given international breaks, you don't have that much time with the players anyway, so you need to give them as much time as you practically can. But with this whole nonsense, what is going on? What is going on? Is someone trying to tamper with the list? Because for me, one thing I've seen with the NFF is they don't care. They really don't care about anything else than making their pockets bulge. Because what are you trying to do with that list right now? So are you telling me, okay, let's keep that aside. Let's say you have been scouting all this time, right? You've been scouting, you've been preparing yourself, you're preparing for this fixture all this while. After the World Cup qualifying cycle where Nigeria beat Lesotho and beat Benin Republic, to give ourselves a chance to go to the World Cup. So if you have actually been doing your job, scouting, doing everything, so how come you haven't known the players you want to invite for this all-important qualifiers? This is not there is no second chances. This is the second chance. If you muck this up, that's all. That's it. That's done. It's over. No World Cup for these players again forever, because they're all going to be well over 30s come the next World Cup. So what are you actually doing? So where is the list, NFF? Gusau, where is the list? And Mr. Defender of the NFF, Mr. Pinnick, where is the list? So let me know your opinions on the various topics I've talked about today. Ademola Lookman, do you think he should still remain at Atalanta? Or like me, you think he should be moving on? Victor Osimhen finally proving to you that he is indeed the best striker in the world? Or do you still have misgivings? Let me know in the comment section. And do you know where is that list for this playoff? I'll see you on yet another video. Do stay well and have a fantastic rest of your day. Stay well, stay blessed. Bye-bye.